Hello! Welcome to Damn Studio. Digital, analog, multimedia. That's what we stand for. We're an art show. We gathered stuff on sale back since 1997. We started the show in Seattle, Washington. And we've collected art from people up till now. And we put it on, originally on public access TV. We're still on public access. Now in Kennewick, Washington. Still in the state of Washington. And we'll show you the work of the artist from Washington here on Damn Studio. So, let's get out of the way and let's show start. See you soon.
Let me light hand.
Okay, now, kind of seen the intro a little bit there. Talked to you a little bit ago. Well, the reason I added that to the show, which we didn't have before, is because of our growing into our YouTube persona. It seems that people, once I looked on YouTube, the intros that were standard for TV for years really didn't fit. People don't like to wait that long before they know what they're watching. They don't want to watch a pretty montage or whatever you're doing, no matter how long you worked on it. If once they get done with it, it ends up they didn't want to see anyway, so they're just going to be pissed. It's like they were lied to for a while. So, we just get out front, tell you what we're doing. Now, we started, like I said, way back then. God damn, my air conditioner came on. Now I can hear it. Hey, how you doing? Like I said before, we're Damn Studio. We've been doing this since 1997. We're going to keep doing it. Some changes have happened to the show over the years. What I'd like to actually have you do is we're looking to change again because, well, when we started, the idea of the show was to allow local artists here in Washington State. At the time it was Seattle, Washington, but we kind of grew and then I moved and same area, as far as I care. It's where I grew up most of my life. But what we did is allow people to have their stuff seen on TV because you couldn't do that. Or on the magic screen like you see here. The computer screens become the new TV. So we're growing in that direction. And what I want you to do is if you looked at some of the old shows, I need you to help me move into the next version of the show, the next step. See, if you go through the old stuff in the show, which I put on YouTube, some of it, I'm still loading more. On YouTube, we're going to have a new show every Saturday. A new video of some sort, either some of the older stuff or some of the newer stuff, or even some of the Vault 23 stuff, or some of the stuff that's continuing on in this something evil from someplace scary level thing. But what we're doing, sorry, my cat came by me. It's not that big. I just moved out of her way. She's small. Now I get to put Kitty in my catch things and my tag. Ooh, I'm just kidding. Learning a lot of new stuff and going through their master class, kind of seeing how the shows have changed. And one of the elements that worked with my show originally, that works on YouTube now that I've lost, was the fact that I was live. I would see people. If you look at the old taped Seattle shows live, you'll see how we did and what we were doing in Seattle at that time. We took phone calls. We interacted directly with people. Half of them were asses. The other half were good. But still entertaining. It's funny when people call you about some physical body part that they don't even know, but they're commenting on. Weird people out there. Okay. Now, we also had a series of, which is just a couple now, but we'll put more on when we can find good quality ones. See, the problem is, we taped most of our shows. Sometimes we forgot to record before we left the house. Otherwise, some shows didn't survive over the years. Moving, lent them out, they didn't come back. Whatever. I'm capturing, and then some just got water damage one time when the place flooded. And others just fell apart. They're just VCR tapes. So, we've taken what we can, converted them to digital, putting them on one more time for you guys to see, inspire you to go and do stuff, bring me new stuff. A lot of stuff we used to do that we would show, well, now the internet does it. YouTube has become the new public access. But public access is still important. When I went to Washington, D.C. to get my award for my show, I felt all cool and all that, man. I did a good job. My show has no budget, and I was there getting an award. But I met some people there who were 3 out of a 5-person crew that had a public access show in Africa. And that year they had lost 2 of their members due to, basically, as far as I care, political assassination, as they were fighting to keep public access. While in here in the States, we tend to be just throwing it away. Well, internet's at least there to catch what people want to do and get us a chance to be out there, because most people don't understand how easy it is to go in a studio and do something. Really, it would amaze you. I'm putting some of my old episodes on there. I have episode 1. Half of it, I swear I forgot to turn on the sound in the room. Others, sound was second. It took us a while to learn the equipment. There's equipment I learned at college. What to use, this great stuff. But they're all top-of-the-end stuff. And then I went out in the studio, especially to a public access studio, and all this stuff was like primitive, old, 20-year stuff. So I had to adjust the stuff and learn how to, even the layout of the area for the editing suites, as well as the live show. I was basically director, usually someone else's job, while on the show hosting. But I would like you to go look at the old shows. Decide what style. The original style of the show, which just had 2 people on one side of the room, 2 people on the other side of the room, and we just interacted. I did that for so long. When I then redid my show in Kennewick, Washington, called the ReAnimated series, I went back and looked at that stuff and said I wanted to do every single episode from then on a different style of intro, of people, how we communicate with you. Look back at those episodes, review them for me, come back to this one and comment, but also remember to subscribe, but comment on what ones you liked, because I'd like to think of what direction I want to take the show in the next stage. I want to see what you people liked. So, on we go now. Long blah blah blah, but coming up will be information on where, reminding you to subscribe. Please do. If you're on YouTube TV, just keep watching. We're going to keep being here. It's what I enjoy doing, but I'd like to reach more people. I'd like to throw out a wider net and get more stuff. In a way, I'm thinking about trying to bring filmmaking more into the internet than it is now, where it's a lot of viral stuff or a lot of talk shows. But we'll see what happens. I'm still trying to decide what I do. Let me know what you think I should be doing. What type of stuff. I know half of them is going to be, stop doing what you're doing. I'll go on from there. This is my retirement. It's like a punishment I enjoy. Now, coming up after that, I'll have some Andy Bayless's work. Kind of an Alien Call of Duty 3D animated, with some walk cycles of his figures. Basically showing how would this figure walk. If you understand the basic motion, you're just kind of attaching a figure around that skeleton after that, and it'll take care of it automatically from that point. At least nowadays. Next is Luis Garcia. Kind of a freaky skeleton chasing some kind of weird rat thing in hell. Next one is, with that, is Kicking the Kulu. Interesting thing is the first one's 3D, the second one's in 2D. Person's learning both. So, go ahead and look at this art, and I'll see you in a short while.
Hello. You're probably wondering why I brought you here. New demo game, and I want to make sure you see it.
Where's my damn cell phone?
See,
Where's my
I
damn
have
cell
this new
phone?
demo game, and I want to make sure you see it. You see, I have this new demo tape. New demo game, and I want to make sure you see it. See, I have this new demo game,
is I talked a long time in that last one. I just kept going and going. Okay, we're going to keep this simple. First of all, I'd like to remind you here in the Tri-City area, but you can also look it up anywhere, TCIF3. Right here in the Tri-Cities, it's the film for independent filmmaking. I'd like to get involved with you people later on more once I start working some of this stuff out. Got to finish off my old work before I start something new. That'll be done by episode 30. This is episode 25, so we're getting there. But on with next. Next I have Matt Knudsen, which has some flying logos, kind of like the CG work that you see, CG being character graphics. That was anytime you see words or letters going across the screen, that's CG work. CG work can do many other things too. Can be used for some simple basic special effects. Now, following that, I'll have Sabrina Chen's Revenge of the Happy Turtle. Question is there, if it's a happy goddamn turtle, why does he need revenge? Well, you know. Okay, it's a twisted world. People do twisted things. See you guys in a little bit. Be right back.
nautical miles. Altitude 1,800 feet, now 1,500 feet, 1,200, 1,000 feet, 1.5 nautical miles out, 434 feet. You're down in line. Touchdown.
Don't you know there's more than one way to skin a cat?
We're reaching the halfway mark now. We're getting there. You notice my screen's kind of black. That's because, like I said, we're rebuilding the show. Go and look at the old stuff we've done at Real Damn Studio on YouTube. We got some of the old episodes way back to 1997 to hear. Comment on what you liked. Comment on this episode, what you think we should do, and the style that best worked with you and what you enjoyed the best. Right now, slate. We're going to build some new stuff. We just haven't decided what. I'd like to have your input. Now, we're reaching the about halfway mark here. I have a piece that was in really bad shape. I've had trouble trying to recover it. But as I'm going through the last of these tapes, I want to make sure everything that was sent to me and I put on the air had a final chance. So I finally decided I would capture it. Soundtrack was horrible. It's one of those first things you lose on a VCR tape. So I threw in some of my own and did some digital effects to really change it into more of an animated piece than original video. But at least get some of the basics out there. But I also want to show if you have something you did that just frickin' did. You can take some of the most destroyed stuff and possibly with enough creativity make something out of it. Trick is doing the first one. Once you've done the first piece of work, the rest is easy. My God, my hand is huge. Oh, sorry. Just was realizing that. I got a mirror over there. I'm talking to myself. Nothing new. Okay. This piece, I kind of relabeled Bang Bang. It was originally called Roulette, but it's not really the same story as much now, so I thought, I don't want to say we didn't show Roulette, which we may have shown in an earlier episode. This is just an example of how bad some of the stuff is now. And what could possibly be done, just screwing around with things, just playing around. And maybe you can still pull a story out of it, and that is the main issue. Tell the story. That's as far as I care, it's all about. So, Rich Cranors and Damn Studios. Bang Bang. Hello. This time we're going to make sure you get that contact information. That's damstudio@netscape.net. It's DAMSTUDIO@netscape.net. We also have Frau Morgan at myspace.com. Okay, you've seen the email address. Coming up, I'm going to put the website address. On YouTube, remember, it's Real Damn Studio. Fourth biggest station, I believe, in the world is YouTube. Because countries that don't have cable can reach that. And that's the scary truth of the matter. 80% of the market actually does not speak English. Or is not from America, I should say. But still, large international market out there. Hopefully some of you enjoy what I'm doing or understand. Or just look at the bald, scary man going, "Oh, what's he doing on my TV?" No. See, now I just got binged by the FBI for saying that. Jeez. Now, coming up is the second part of our movie we did. That's why we were off the air for a couple years. We wrote, went through, created our film. Cut it down to 3 pieces so we can put it on the air for you. And in a couple weeks, we're going to actually put it on the air after our show. So people that are watching at home on public access will get a free view of the show, the whole movie, as originally intended without the cuts. So, but for the rest of you, well, actually, you can do that all. You go to YouTube, you can find it under Something Evil from Someplace Scary. And also there's Vault 23, which are some of the, which I only have one right now, but I'm going to build more and more. They're going to explain some of the things about the world, the science of the rad zone, and apply to later stories or possibilities that if someone else likes, they can contact me and I'll let them build something in this world. It's just That's the fun. Okay? Now, then I can tell you what's going on that maybe no one else knows in the area. Now, of course, I can't let you blow anything up too much because I still need to create my stuff. Let's be fair. It's like a big sandbox. Don't destroy it. Just build things and then we'll just move it around next time for the next thing. That's how it goes. Something evil for something scary, part 2. Web address, YouTube address. After this, it's bye-bye. I'll come back and say, though, I won't leave you just alone. Going, where'd he go? You want to know where I am in your house? It's where I am. Somewhere in the screen. Okay. See you in a little bit. Enjoy, please.
Security to the ER. Security to the ER.
Dr. White, call your office. Paging Dr. White.
Yes? Yes. Okay. Okay, I'll look. Call you back. Multimedia White's office?
Dr. White, call your office. Paging Dr. White.
That was an amazing piece of surgery. But who the hell are you?
I'm Dr. Hazard. I'm also Dr. White's longtime assistant. He informed me to help you with whatever you needed, but he already had an appointment at the red zone front. He also mentioned a dislike of being watched in surgery without prior knowledge.
Why would Dr. White have not saved the patient if he knew the Grand Inquisitor was watching him?
No. That would only be if it was the Medical Safeties Committee. Dr. White would probably have to include the cards to explain it any.
So you think Dr. White is better than the Safeties Committee?
No, sir. It's that single doctor working here is better qualified. I'm sure you know that. 2 members on the council have strong church connections. Here we are a few years after Roswell encounter. Alien technologies is around us, yet this superstition of a heaven or hell still infects the minds of our greatest leaders.
Ooh, strong words from one of the security departments of a beloved nation. And so soon after a war, in what is actually a military-held zone under my martial law.
Sorry. It's just that they have said worse of both Dr. White and me. How can we help the Department of Law?
It's not a problem. But I did notice that back there, during the surgery, it seemed a little out of control.
They saved his life.
We'll have to wait and see if they saved his life or maybe only his body.
Ow. Excuse my friend there. Riddle can be a little abrasive.
Did you say... Oh, was that Sergeant Riddle?
Maybe.
Inquisitor Lestrange, did you know I worked with Dr. White when he created the very same immunizations given to our soldiers these days before they enter the radiation fallout zone? Sergeant Riddle was one of 100 who were in our first test group. It seems her promotion was actually a condition of volunteering.
Not like my commanding officer, you know. Problems with authority.
I'm glad to see you as a civilian, Riddle, instead of an agent of law. The most ex-soldiers guess you came out clear on your blood tests.
Clear enough. And the glowing is barely noticeable.
Glad to hear it, because further research has found some flaws with the original batch. We've upgraded the original alpha formula, and it seems you never got the booster.
No.
I could take care of that right now.
Hell no. I clearly said no, so back off.
I'd like to agree with her, Doc. Besides, her test med scan cleared her at 99%. That little injection may tip it, so no booster is required. This has been fun and all, but that's not why I'm here. Riddle's just here to buy my lunch. What I needed was to gain a little insight into a current case. You were in the trenches with Dr. White, correct?
Yes. Why?
I would think that any doctor, better than the Medical Security Committee, would be smart enough to see it. Maybe that's why I came to see Dr. White. It might be more intuitive than education. I'm not impressed yet. To the point then. These wounds emit a few Geigers of atomic radiation above the already high background levels. Interesting enough, but not impossible. But its quantities increase in a centralized pattern, comprising of a series of spirals.
As in a handprint?
You're starting to get it.
Is it identifiable like a fingerprint?
Not as of yet. I was first checking to see if this was even possible, so now on to why I was here.
Interesting. You see here, it's in the patterns radiation generated from a standard mechanical source. Has a regulated mechanical light flow. While in the raw form, such as uranium, it may be regular, but its levels will fluctuate on its own, like the Earth's magnetic field.
And yet...
This is much more chaotic, even understandable ways. I would have to assume from the info you've given me that it's not residential radiation, but a sort of bioatomic energy. Could it be we've an infected who escaped the rad zone?
I don't know. That's your field, I thought. Would you or your boss go on the record of saying that it's at least possible?
Yes, but not very probable.
Are you saying we have a zombie loose in the city with some sort of radiation powers?
Now, Riddle. She's talking about a radioactive infected, not some sort of comic book supervillain.
But this is all theory. It could be anyone who's been exposed to something left behind from the fallout. It could simply be an overexposed soldier on leave. There's just not enough information. That's why I said improbable.
Well, that's a relief. Thank you for your time.
No problem, sir. And Sergeant Riddle, if you ever get over that needle fear, come back and I'll take care of you for free.
Fuck you, bitch. There was no damn way I was letting them keep my records. Besides, I was sure she wouldn't put up a fight. So, do you think Dr. White's at the front?
If he was, I would have known. Nothing is an emergency at the Rad Zone border unless I have said so.
Do the zombies have to get approval before they attack?
No, but it is not an emergency until I have the proper paperwork filled out and I have granted it the title emergency.
Really? What if the wall comes down quicker than the mail?
In such an extreme condition, I can grant the status over the phone, but the paperwork needs to be filed afterward.
So what happens after you grant this emergency status?
They can have access to fire trucks, rescue equipment, even helicopters with law officer pilots.
So where does that differ from calling a civilian police department for an emergency?
They have to fill out the paperwork.
Maybe I'll call them next time. I had enough of the Grand Inquisitor Lestrange for now. It was time to get some work done.
First that dead girl, then you. Here with our prime suspect. Pity. I'm gonna have to interrogate you.
Lestrange, I was just...
Someone turn her over before she chokes on that vomit. And collect the sample.
What the hell is going on? Oh shit, a dead body. That's never good. I wasn't even here. Ever! Simple that.
No sleeping, sir. I want to make this simple.
For me or for you?
So, was it the body that made you sick?
No, I've seen worse.
That's what I thought. Hell, you've left worse messes to clean up.
Nothing ever proven. Are we really gonna do this, 17?
Yes. Orders from the great Inquisitor to... So, why did you get sick?
I don't know.
Interesting. Don't worry, I will only search for that is related to Denise's murder case. Oh, and the newest death. Nothing personal. Luckily, I won't need you awake for this.
You could just ask me.
You would lie.
You're right. You suck so much.
Well, if you just inform me of what you were doing, maybe some year I could trust you enough to believe you. Till then, though, you get the same treatment as every civilian in the Tri-Cities.
Shut the fuck up, I'm so busy hating you.
Would it help you if I said this was all a misunderstanding?
La 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 la.
In short, we let him out a little while ago, and the men are getting your things so you can go as well.
What? I'm pretty sure that brute is guilty of something. Double check his bioscan.
We thought so too, but all we had linking him was Denise, and it ended up we don't have her body. Or should I say, not yet. She still fits the profile.
How did you get the wrong body?
Go down to the morgue, and number 27 will explain everything to you. Looks like the staples held nicely, but I have need of you.
The Strange says you will enlighten me.
The difference between alive and dead is so small. We understand that, don't we, Riddler?
Boundaries, bitch!
We found another one that also fit the description, so we printed them. None of them are Denise Darville. Now I have bad news for 6 mothers, 5 dead and 1 still missing, not counting that one last night.
And the serial killer, it seems.
Don't forget the radiation. Remember you puking and the damage on all the corpses, as well as was detected by me on that last murder scene?
The one I was at?
Yes, and based on that, it may be a more of a you situation, especially based upon the last thing you saw at the park as you got sick.
You mean right after my head hit the tree? You know that? You dicks!
Nope, the Grand Inquisitor says for you to head home and feed that pet of yours.
Okay, that's episode 25. In the can, here we are at the end. Hope you enjoyed that episode. Maybe next time I'll bring out some of the masks. There were the law agents, or law officers. Kind of see what they do. Maybe I'll discuss what they made of. If you go to our... Well, now we can find it. Go to Facebook, look for me, Devin Phillips. And I will lead you to my Damn Studio Facebook account of a group I have there. And then you can even look back and find the stuff that was like the making of that mask we have on there. As well as some other stuff. Later on we'll do more how-tos for you to show you when we start the next shootings, which we will. That's it for now. Subscribe, please. I would like to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing it. I'd like to see if people are actually enjoying what I'm doing. And then tell me, review the stuff on YouTube, the old episodes. Look, you don't have to watch the whole episode. Just see the style of this dialogue section. It's different. See what you liked. Comment on this one, because I may not catch it on the other ones. But comment here. And I'm going to do this for a couple episodes too. And I want to see what I find and see what you liked. Maybe that will greatly influence. It probably will influence. Unless you guys just are weird, I don't understand what you're saying type things. I want a dancing fish on his head. I could do that, but after a while it would get boring. But here we go. We'll see you next week. Enjoy, subscribe, watch. Bye-bye.